Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, let us sing. Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, let us sing. Come let us sing. Come let us sing, come let us sing, come let us sing. Havana Shira. Come let us sing, come let us sing, come let us sing. Come let us sing. Havana Shira. Havana Shira. Havana Shira. Havana Shira. Let us sing. Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, let us sing.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
So today we celebrated the arrival of the month of Elul. And the month of Elul is this really special month leading up to the High Holy Days based on introspection. Today also had a very special name, Rosh Hashanah Lebehimot. So there actually are 4 different Rosh Hashanahs in the year, not just one. There's the big one that comes in a month from now. But today has been the new year of the animals. And once this was a day of tithing of domesticated animals, but this holy day has since become a day of honoring our relationships with animals. From our pets who depend on us for their well-being and for survival, to animals that we enjoy watching, to animals we consume or wear, or even use for sacred objects, such as a mezuzah or the Torah scroll. Today we begin this High Holy Day season by humbling ourselves and asking if we treat the animals of our world according to the mitzvah of Tsa'ar Ba'alei Chayim, of sensitivity to the suffering of living creatures. How can we treat them with more care, more thoughtfulness and concern? And how can that small change, that thought that we bring to how we treat animals, allow us in a heightened sense of responsibility and compassion for others as well? As Rosh Chodesh Elul comes to an end, we welcome in Shabbat. And as we welcome in Shabbat, there is also something pretty special that we are beginning, which is Jade becoming a bat mitzvah, as she will tomorrow morning, right? So I just talked about this beautiful holiday of, Rosh Hashanah Lebehimot, about compassion. And so much of the teaching that you're going to offer tomorrow is all about that. And so it feels so fitting after that intro to welcome you up and to have you, with your family, light the Shabbat candles for all of us on page 121 and 120 in our prayer books. Come on, right here. Yeah, Will, you too.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
Light the candles. There you go.
Mazel tov. Thank you so much. And we look forward to tomorrow, where you'll be called to the Torah and we'll be able to celebrate the incredible young woman that you are becoming. We continue now by singing some of our prayers for Shabbat, starting on page 128.
yachad. How great it is for brothers and sisters to hang out on this day. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How great it is for brothers and sisters to hang out on this day. Iyo, iyo, oh, oh. Iyo, oh, 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 oh. Iyo, iyo, oh, oh. Iyo, oh, 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 oh. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How great it is for brothers and sisters to hang out on this lovely day. How great it is for brothers and sisters to hang out on this day. Iyo, iyo, oh, oh. Iyo, oh, 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 oh. Iyo, iyo, oh, oh. Page 130, Lechuna Ranana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai. Naria Letsuri Sheinu. Lechuneranena Ladonai. Maria Letsuri Sheinu. Nekana Fana Betuda. Bismirot Naria Lo. Lechuneranena Ladonai. Naria Letzur Yishenu. Ki el gadol Adonai. Umelech gadol al kol Elohim. Lechuneranena Ladonai. Naria Letzur Yishenu. Turn now to pages 138 and 139 as we welcome the Shabbat bride with the words of Lecha Dodi. Ya la 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 Lecha Dodi. Ya la 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 Likrat Kala. Ya la 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 Pnei Shabbat. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Ya la 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 Lecha Dodi, ya la 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 Likrat Kala, ya la 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Ya la 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 Lecha Dodi, ya la 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 Likrat Kala. Ya la 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד. השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. יא לה 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 לך דודי. Ya la 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 Likrat Kala, ya la 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Ya la 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 Lecha Dodi, ya la 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 לקראת קלה יאללה la la פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי היא מקום הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה יאללה לה לה לחתותי יאללה לה לה לקראת קלה יאללה לה לה פני שבת נקבלה יאללה לה לה לחתותי יאללה לה לה לקראת קלה יאללה לה לה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורן קומי אורי 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה יאללה לה לה לחתותי יאללה לה לה לקראת קלה יאללה לה לה פני שבת נקבלה יאללה לה לה לחתותי יאללה לה לה לקראת קלה יאללה לה לה פני שבת נקבלה. We rise and we face the doors through which we entered. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה יאללה לה לה לחתותי יאללה לה לה לקראת קלה יאללה לה לה פני שבת נקבלה
Now that you're all standing, I invite you to take a moment to wish one another Shabbat Shalom. We remain standing as we call ourselves and one another to worship. Page 146. 146 with the Baruch.
Yalla la la la, 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 yalla la la la. Am I awake? Am I prepared? I'm listening to Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Page 148. Asher bidvaro mariv aravim bechokma poteach she'arim. God of creation, who makes the evening fall from light into darkness with the setting of the sun. You unfold the heavens with brilliant moon and stars, and wrap our souls with peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro mariv ahavim bechokma poteach she'arim. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv ahavim.
If you find joy in Torah, you'll sit with the sages and drink their words. Your soul refreshed like a tree by streams of water. Wisdom will follow you all the seasons of your life. Celebration in the sunlight, consolation in the night. Your roots will grow deep. You'll anchor yourself in courage and hope. You'll savor and cherish the true work of your hands. Your passion for life will not wither or fade. They'll treasure the lessons that you leave behind. Remember what you taught in word or deed, and those who came after you will honor your path. On page 151, we offer the Chatima, the final words of Ahavat Olam. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed, Le'olam Va'ed. And you shall love Adonai with all your soul and all your might, and teach these words through day and night to all your children, for it's their right, and wear them proudly as a sign upon your hand, and as a crown above your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates throughout all time. 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught. Before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it's eternally Egypt. That there's a better place, a promised land, and the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. That there's no easy way to get from here to there, except by joining hands and marching together and singing ya la 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 la. On page 158. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha ba'elim, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, mi kamocha nedar. Adonai, mi chamocha ba'elim, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh.
The researcher and sociologist Brené Brown tells the story about when she became a mother and had a newborn baby. And she talks about how she would go to the crib to watch her baby sleep and was filled with this incredible joy, this overwhelming joy. And then, out of nowhere, she was pulled out of that joy immediately when she started to wonder about all the things that could go wrong. Right? How many of us have had that experience? Sometimes we don't fully allow ourselves to experience joy because we instead are held back by the sense of fear of what might happen. And I wonder if we were to look at the Hashkivenu prayer The Hashkivenu prayer is in so many different ways a kind of lullaby. This prayer where we ask God to be with us in times that are challenging, to be with us at night as we're looking into the baby's crib and wondering about what could go wrong, right? Figuratively or literally. What if this Hashkivenu prayer is also an invitation to let go of some of our fears and to lean into joy, to lean into gratitude, to lean into so many of the positive emotions that we might hold ourselves back from. We turn to Hashkivenu, page 160.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, leshalom. Ve'ha'amidenu, shomreinu lechayim. Ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, leshalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Veshamru, page 162. B'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat, la'asot et Hashabbat, לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל
to rise in body or in spirit as we turn to page 164 for the Amidah.
Adonai Svatai Tiftach Adonai Svatai Tiftach Ufi Yagid Teilatecha Ufi Yagid Teilatecha Adonai Svatai Tiftach Adonai Svatai Tiftach Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha Yagid Tehilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם התנאי, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please continue silently through 181, and you may be seated whenever you feel ready. Tzedek, Tzedek Tirdof is the highlight of this week's Torah portion. Often translated as justice, justice you shall pursue, it speaks to something that we all fundamentally desire. We want integrity and strong moral actions to be rewarded, and for cruelty and injustice to have consequences. We want to live in a world of law and order, a world of justice. As Moses stood before his people, he wanted to make this point extremely clear, that tzedek is a mitzvah, an obligation, and a crucial one. The strong language of this phrase makes it clear that even when the world around us is unjust, it is incumbent on us to work for what is right, to not assume that the arc of the world will bend toward justice, but rather to bend it ourselves. And that's a mighty big undertaking, to say the least, right? So you might wonder, how do we make sense of this rule, tzedek, tzedek, tirdof? Well, some of that you'll hear from our bat mitzvah tomorrow, and I hope you'll be here to learn from her with her words of wisdom. I'm approaching it from a slightly different angle, although there's a little overlap, right? But when we look at this verse, we might wonder, what exactly does this commitment require of us? Justice, as we know, can mean standing up to the pharaohs of the world, freeing a people enslaved and treated poorly through no fault of their own. It can mean fighting for a world in which everyone is treated with respect. Justice here is the precursor to the kind of legal system that we enjoy, that holds people accountable for committing a crime and upholds the ethical standards that bind us. In the verse before tzedek, tzedek tirdof, the Torah teaches, lo tateh mishpat, lo takir panim, you shall not judge unfairly. You shall show no partiality. Tzedek compels us to not judge someone because of their standing, their relationship to us, their religion, their political party, the color of their skin, their religion, or for any other matter. Instead, to the contrary, we must judge everyone equally. Justice relates to the law. It's strong and demanding of excellence. But this definition of justice is also severely lacking. In Kabbalistic thought, there are two Jewish values that have the capacity to balance one another out. The first is gevurah, which means judgment, and the second is chesed, compassion. The sages teach that while both judgment and compassion are necessary, having only one of the two is toxic. Too much chesed can lead us to be unreasonably lenient when someone crosses the line, which is bad for society as a whole. Too much gevurah makes us cold to the humanity that is intrinsic in one another. Consider this. The Torah offers a scenario in which a man is extremely poor. He owns only one cloak, only one jacket, and not much more. And he goes to a lender because he needed to get something and he didn't have the capacity to get it. And in order to get a loan, he needed to leave his cloak there as a kind of security for that loan. But the lender, or the letter of the law, says that the lender should continue to keep the cloak until he can pay off this loan, whatever it is, right? And yet the Torah absolutely insists that that is the wrong thing to do. The Torah says that the lender should return it to him at sundown so that the poor man will be able to sleep. The Torah says, if you take your neighbor's cloak as a pledge, return it to him by sunset because his cloak is the only covering he has for his body. What else will he sleep in? When he cries out to me, I will hear, for I am compassionate. This is tzedek. Tzedek, as translated by Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan, who defines it as justice tempered by compassion. In fact, the rabbis offer so many possible reasons as to why the word tzedek is repeated when we say tzedek, tzedek, tirdof. And one potential answer of many is that the first tzedek represents gevurah, judgment, and the second represents chesed, compassion. The Torah reminds us that yes, we should always speak out for what is right, We should pursue a more just world. But as we do so, we are also called upon to treat even our foes with kindness and compassion, to see the humanity in one another. I end with a reflection from Mishkan Halev, a prayer book created specifically for the month of Elul. 2 angels follow me home, chesed and gevurah, kindness and judgment, love and discipline. May both dwell within me, gentleness and generosity that expand my soul, firmness and self-restraint, the strength to say no. On this day of shalom, may I be shalem, well-balanced and whole. We turn to our Mishaberach prayer, a prayer of healing for anyone in our hearts, for anyone in our community, and perhaps even ourselves. So as I go around, I invite you to say the names of anyone for whom you'd like to offer this prayer. Awesome. Anyone over here? Yeah.
Lisa Johnson.
Tom Rosenberg, Aaron Wood, Sylvia Boxerman, Susan Cohn, Drew Berlin, Sheila Teitelbaum, Jerry Green, Robin Gregson, Carol Zeifman, Pat Wade, Scotty Ortner.
Barry Tyson.
Is there anyone else I missed? Okay. We're also thinking about Joshua Strock, Noah Bragg, Gail Naklis, Susie Sunny Cassie Feldberg, Josh Montgomery, Peter Willens, Tori Gax, Carol Pratt, Ian Burke, Shirley Harrison, Chelsea LeBanc Jones, Mark and Anita Newman, Ethan Shahan, and Rebecca Rothstein, and Sam Polk. For everyone whose names we've said out loud and all those whose names we hold silently in our hearts, let's first turn to the inside back cover of our prayer books as we offer the prayer for those who endure chronic conditions. God of our mothers and fathers, watch over all who live with genetic disorders, life-threatening medical conditions, and chronic or degenerative diseases. Bless them with endurance and resilience, fortitude and hope, with opportunities to thrive and shine even as their conditions progress. Watch over them, their families and friends, our community, and all of humankind. We pray for the wisdom and insight to see each member of our community with clear eyes and an open heart, as another human being, a whole person with hopes and dreams, proud of who they are, striving to be their best selves, struggling with this life and loving it too, as we all do. Rock and shelter, grant us all the ability to see each other's humanity clearly, to cherish each other's individuality, to care deeply about one another, to mourn our losses and celebrate our victories together, so that we live, act, and pray as one community of care and blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei gaver. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who strengthens our steps.
On the back of your handout that you received when you came in tonight.
El refanala, el refanala, mish refanala, el na refanala, mi sheberach imotenu, grant us refuah shlema, grant us refuah shlema. May the source of healing renew our body, renew our spirit, and let us say Amen.
We also take a moment to offer a different kind of Mishabarach. In this case, I know there's a couple of really big, wonderful anniversaries that we're celebrating in our community today. So Lisa and Steve Harrison, I'd love to invite you up here, and Josie and Steve as well, for you to come up here for a blessing. I love the talit, very nice. Beautiful. And this is 25 years?
25 years.
And yours is today, right?
Yes. Today,
And is how many years?
55.
55 years.
It only seems like 50
Wonderful.
short.
It just makes it seem that much shorter, right? So I'd love to, let's turn this on. I'd love to offer this blessing to you. Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu. May the God who was present years ago when you stood beneath the chuppah and declared your love for one another celebrate with you and bless you with a long life together, with many, many good days and many, many good years. May you hold one another up when faced with life's challenges, and may you enjoy great nachas and joy. May your home continue to be a place of acceptance and kindness, of generosity and of love. May you continue to explore the world together, as you just came back yesterday, right?
Actually, this morning.
This morning, okay, you've got to be exhausted. But may you continue to explore the world together, and may you continue to grow as a couple and individuals. Each day, may your love only grow deeper. Mazal tov to all of you. Congratulations. And with these words of blessing, let's turn to page 586 for Aleinu. I invite you to rise.
It's up to us to call ourselves to task, to sing what's good and true, to bring about redemption. It's what we were freed to do. For what's the point of being here if we're not moved to change our ways? Aleinu leshabeach. It's time to live our praise. It's up to us to own the vision. We are an answer to a call. It's up to us to live the words we speak for the benefit of all. It's up to us to bow down deeply There's a broken world to raise. Aleinu leshabeach. It's time to live our praise. Aleinu leshabeach. It's time to live our praise. Vanachnu koreim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
You may be, actually, hold on for just a second. Don't be seated yet. Because there is something special that we also do throughout the month of Elul. And it's involving this over here, right? We start to hear the shofar blast this morning. If you're on the email list, you received an email where we were able to hear some shofar blasts by members of our community. Do you have a shofar?
I do.
Okay, probably better considering that I'm sick for you. But we hear the shofar's call as a way to awaken us and prepare us for the year ahead. Tekiah, Shivarim, Teruah, Tekiah. You may be seated. As we turn to the very end of our service, we do so with memory of people who have died in recent weeks, and memory of people who have died at this time in years past. We are remembering Lou Baglietto, a good friend of Gavin Wasserman, and we're observing the yard sites for Edith Ben Coyle, Norman Blatt, Maxine Mickey Ballin, Dorothy Burke, Ben Cohen, Kitty Cohn, Pauline Cohn, Nedra Einstein, Maurice Feigenbaum, Meyer Pincus Fellerman, Fanny Fish, Stephen Fox, Julia Frisch, Gary Goldberg, Alexander Golden, Estelle Griesdorf, Boris Grove, Harry Hirschman, Gregorio Igdal, Rebecca Ishlin, Arthur Joseph Jacobson, Joseph Kaiser, Julius Kaplan, Rudolph Kaplan, Larry Kaufman, Zadie Aaron Kramer, Rose Lench, Beverly Lee Levy, Morris Lovey, Abraham Harold, Mosenson, Sophie Oppenheim, Sally Orstein, Roland Rister, Fanny Rogoff, Sadie Rubenfeld, Jenny Kaplan Sharon, Betty Schnagel, Raymond Schreiber, Marjorie Ann Schwartz, Gertrude Shapiro, Gerald Shore, Mike Smith, Millie Stern, and Simon Weinberg. Is there anyone whose name I did not say aloud? Yes. Oh, so sorry. And of course, we are also thinking of all the victims of what happened in Maui. I invite us.
Rabbi, I believe there's two names also
Oh.
in the chat. Gilbert Gibby Greenstein and Sydney Korobkin.
So in memory of every one of them and all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, there's more? Yes.
The Honorable Tom Simpson, retired judge, my neighbor, for Georgetown, passed away.
Oh,
So sorry, yeah. I'm glad that we could honor them as a community and hold up one another as we mourn for these losses. So I invite us to please rise in body or in spirit as we turn to page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, ve'alma divrach chirotei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon u'vyomechon, u'chayei dekol beit Yisrael, ba'galau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabba minshim.
Mevorach le'olam u'lalmei
Amaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudisha barichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushvachata v'nechamata, damiram de'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabba min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may all of their memories be a blessing, and together let us say, amen.
Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
And thank you to our band and to Bob Remstein, as always, for adding so much.
Bob Remstein, Bob Gopstein, and of course Cantor Ilan. Thank you so much. Shabbat shalom. Please join us for Oneg Shabbat in Al Manuel Hall. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's okay. Thank you.